Have you ever asked yourself why building good habits feels so hard while breaking bad ones seems so easy? What if the real secret to change isn't about motivation or discipline, but about making small, smart steps that work every single time? You've made the right choice by being here today. In this summary, we'll explore powerful ideas that can completely change the way you think about habits and your life. You'll see how tiny actions, done consistently, can lead to big, lasting results. So stay with me, listen closely, and let's discover the simple science of habits that actually stick. And if you enjoy this, don't forget to follow and subscribe, because this is just the beginning of your journey to a better you. Have you ever tried to build a new habit and failed over and over again, wondering why it's so hard to stick with what you want to do? In Chapter 2 of Atomic Habits, James Clear explains a powerful insight. Your habits are not just actions you take. They are shaping who you are, and your identity shapes the habits you keep. Most people focus on what they want to achieve. I want to lose weight. I want to learn a language. Or I want to save money. But James says real change starts when you focus on who you want to become. Every small action you repeat is a vote for the type of person you are becoming. When you read a page of a book, you are voting for I am a reader. When you go for a 5-minute walk, you are voting for I am an active person. These small actions, done consistently, shape your identity over time. James explains that there are 3 layers of behavior change. The outer layer is changing your outcomes, like your goals. The middle layer is changing your processes, your systems and routines. But the deepest layer is changing your identity, your beliefs about yourself. When you build habits that align with your desired identity, they become easier to maintain because you are no longer forcing yourself to act. You are simply acting as the person you believe you are. The goal is not to read a book, but to become a reader. The goal is not to run a marathon, but to become a runner. This mindset shift is powerful because it helps you build habits that last. You stop asking, what do I want to achieve? And start asking, who is the type of person I want to become? And what would that person do today? Remember, small actions matter. Every time you choose the healthy meal, every time you choose to read, every time you choose to save instead of spend, you are casting a vote for your new identity. So today, think deeply. Who do you want to become? And what small habit can you start today to cast your first vote for that version of yourself? Chapter 2. How your habits shape your identity and vice versa. Real change doesn't start with what you want to achieve. It starts with who you believe you are. When you do a small action, like reading 1 page or walking for 5 minutes, you are proving something to yourself. You are saying, I am someone who learns, or I am someone who cares about health. Every small habit you do is like a vote for your identity. Most people focus only on goals, but the real power comes from building new beliefs about who you are. When you focus on your identity first, your actions follow. You don't just try to read more. You become a reader. You don't just try to eat better. You become someone who lives healthy. The more you repeat a habit, the more you become that person. Small actions done again and again create big change, not just in what you do, but in who you become. Chapter 3. How to build better habits in 4 simple steps. Every habit follows a cycle made up of 4 key stages. It starts with a cue, which triggers the desired act. This is followed by the craving, the motivation or feeling that pushes you to take action. Next comes the response, which is the actual behavior or habit you perform. Finally, there is the reward, the positive feeling you get after completing the habit, encouraging you to repeat it. For example, if you want to build a reading habit, you might place a book somewhere visible. Cue. Imagine the enjoyment and benefits you'll get. Craving. Open the book and read a page. Response. And then feel relaxed and satisfied afterward. Reward. When the cue is clear, the craving strong, the response easy, and the reward satisfying, forming new habits becomes simple and natural without struggle. Chapter 4. The Man Who Didn't Look Right. This chapter tells the story of a man who had an incredible ability to notice small details that most people miss. This skill helped him solve difficult problems and make smart decisions. The main idea is that paying attention to tiny habits and small changes can lead to big results over time. Success usually comes from many small actions done regularly, not one big action. The chapter explains how our environment and what we focus on influence our habits. By learning to notice small clues around you, you can build better habits and improve your life step by step. For example, if you want to watch less TV, you can remove the remote control from the living room, making it harder to watch. Or if you want to read more, place a book on your pillow to remind you before sleep. The story shows that to build good habits, you need to be aware of what triggers your actions and change those triggers when needed. Small changes in your surroundings can make good habits easier and bad habits harder. As we finish this journey through the book, we've learned that real change doesn't come from big sudden decisions, but from small habits repeated every day. Habits shape our identity, and every small action is a step toward the person we want to become. We saw how to build new habits using 4 important steps. Make them obvious, attractive, easy, and satisfying. We also learned how to reduce bad habits by doing the opposite. We understood the power of our environment and how small changes around us can make good habits easier and bad habits harder. True progress comes from repeating small habits day after day until they become a natural part of life. Even improving by just 1% each day adds up to big results over time. We are at the beginning of this journey together, and we know it can be challenging. There might be some technical issues or difficulties along the way. We apologize for any shortcomings and want to assure you that we are working hard to improve your experience and support you in giving your best effort. Remember, every small step brings you closer to your goals, and we're here to help you every step of the way. Let's keep building smart habits and make steady progress, because atomic habits are the key to lasting success.